time this, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, Just for them that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Mark 15. Rip left, rip left. Shit. Alert flare.
80 weapon.
Crunch. 15's the mic. I got 15. Watch the run.
Hey, Sam off.
Baby shot. Under 10. 10. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, look, recon, 132 fighter. Yo, Jack, hit it.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
I'm coming after you. Chance. SOS.
Mixon with a first down carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Go.
Let's go.
Shit. Watch the shit.
Watch twin.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Sponge. No. Check 26. Hey, switch gears.
Ready.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
25, check 20. You draw quarters. Hey, Charlie.
15. Mike, 15.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
On 3rd down, Herbert. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
15, 15. General West.
Watch 15. Watch 15. Mike 15.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Six guys.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Wide. Get wide. Check 3.
Hey, rock it.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shock play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A 1st carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Award 33. Bravo.
Defense, let's go.
Mayfield looks to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Point it right. King. Regular.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Jefferson. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
61, match box right.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
54's Mike. Check, watch.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down. Go! Watch the team!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Kill. Check nickel.
6-6, pull it high.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike.
From the gun, Herbert. That's complete to John Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Bam. Now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
90 volts.
2 yards on the pickup.
Christian,
It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Watch 15. Watch 15. Mark 15. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Five.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Switch.
80 weapon. Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Mike 51.
On 2nd and a yard. Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43.
A gain of 43 yards. First down, Cleveland.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Hey, high 7. Hurry. I got it.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A run here with Brown. They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This one taken from the 7. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Echo. Shoot.
From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
My game.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Alert!
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Flushed out right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Good.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 81 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Get it.
Another run here with Sanders. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. 91.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They toss to Mixon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Squeeze. Ready?
Again, it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Officially, that goes down as a kick return of 107 yards. What a run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Shot 61, matchbox lights. Now.
Another run with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on fourth down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Second and 6. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
We're going to go Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Switch. 6-6. Pull it high.
Watch out.
Hey, Delta. There go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Going to look deep for Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Beckham. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
So we got man.
Hey, Charlie.
54. Mike 54. It's coming this way. Here we go.
A first down throw from Mayfield. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troop. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
Hurry!
54.
Hey, alert 33.
Walk 54.
Bravo.
You. Mike 54.
Mayfield off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Snow. 18, Tatum. Topper. Hey, lock it.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Bengals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
I got 15.
From the gun, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right?
Hey, we're pretty quiet.
Ready?
On 4th down, Herbert. And Wilson has it. He's at the 30, 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football. Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off. On second down now, it's Brown. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back. Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP. Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it. And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it here with Brown. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. There he goes, right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback. With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back to throw. Herbert and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ricky.
Hurry!
They run the counter. Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
King!
8 yards on the pickup.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He'll buy some time right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hurry!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Browns, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.